seated.
Second number. दो रहेगा पीछे सील वाला थोड़ा सा जूम करो. एक नंबर एक. हो गया.
सर वो चीज़ थोड़ा कम करो ना पीछे था
रिमोट हमारे पास दिवाली इतने टाइम में तो सारे फिल्म चेंज हो जाते हैं.
Kindly rise.
लोग तो पीछे आ रहे हैं
नेशनल एंथम नहीं है ना अभी, इसलिए उतना टाइम तक खड़ा रहने के लिए.
Please be seated. As Steve Jobs perfectly said, you can't look at the competition and say, you are going to do it better. You have to look at the competition and say, you are going to do it differently. Jai Hind. A very good afternoon to all our distinguished guests. Our panelist, Ms. Sutita Sharma, Head of Global Management at BHTC, Ms. Ansi Nimsha Srinivasan, Head of People and Culture, APAC at Zywave, Ms. Hanan Goswami, Senior HRBP and Talent Acquisition Lead at Sakal Media Group, Mr. Joyce Samuel, Director HR for India, Thailand and Vietnam at Entolin and Treasurer of NHRD, Mr. Jijo Thomas, Senior Talent Acquisition Expert, Mr. Abhijit Puri, Senior Director at LTI Mindtree, NHRD and members, Mr. Aman Rajavali, President, NHRD Pune Chapter, Ms. Pratibha Hambade, NHRD General Secretary and Lead, DEI COE, Mr. Joyce Samuel, NHRD Treasurer, Ms. Simone Srivastav, NHRD Chapter Executive, Mr. Vishal Bhagat, Core Team Member, NHRD, Dr. Jai Singh, Managing Director and Trustee, Dr. Poonam Nikam, Dean, faculty members, and all the students of IIEBM. I am Paridhi Sharma, your MC for this special occasion, and it gives me immense pleasure to extend my warm greetings as we come together for the Leadership and Talent Symposium 2025, the flagship event of IIEBM Indus Business School, organized in collaboration with NHRD and Pune chapter. At this juncture, allow me to share the essence of what today represents. The Leadership and Talent Symposium 2025 is the flagship event of IIEBM in this business school. It has been conceived as a distinguished platform that brings together industry leaders, HR professionals, academicians, and aspiring managers to engage in thoughtful deliberations on the evolving dimensions of leadership and talent. Leadership today is not just about hierarchy or titles, it's about influence, vision, and the ability to adapt. And talent is not only about finding the right people, but also about nurturing, empowering, and enabling them to thrive. And that is exactly what today's symposium offers a platform to learn, reflect, and exchange ideas with leaders who have devoted their lives to these pursuits. We are honored to host this event in collaboration with NHRDN, and we extend a warm welcome to its esteemed members present here today. So, without further delay, let us now open the stage to our distinguished panelists, visionaries who bring with them a wealth of knowledge, diverse experiences, and powerful insights on the future of leadership and talent management. It is my privilege to introduce our panelist, Mr. Jijo Thomas, an accomplished HR leader with over 15 years of expertise in talent acquisition and workforce strategy. He's a senior talent acquisition expert, leading end-to-end recruitment and large-scale ramp-up initiatives. His career spans leadership roles at Atos, Tata Consultancy Service, Emphasis, and Wipro, where he consistently drove recruitment excellence and executed strategic skill mapping projects. With strong business and market-facing experience, Mr. Thomas continues to shape effective and scalable talent acquisition strategies. Please extend him a warm welcome. May I now request our MD, Dr. Jai Singh, to kindly felicitate Mr. Jijo Thomas. Sir, I kindly request you to join us on the dais. Our next panelist is Mr. Joyce Samuel, Director HR for India, Thailand, and Vietnam at Entolin. With over 25 years of experience in HR strategy and operations, he has led successful planning, business transformation, and M&A integration across diverse regions. He has also run industrial relations, collective bargaining, and global policy alignment. Prior to Entolin, He held senior leadership roles at Schaeffler, Vishay Intertechnology, Philips Lighting, and ATCO Industries. An accomplished HR leader, Mr. Samuel has built high performing, inclusive organizations while managing complex global HR operations and excellence. May I now request our MD, Dr. Jai Singh, to kindly felicitate Mr. Joyce Samuel. Sir, I request you to kindly join us in the dais. Our next panelist is Ms. Hanan Goswami, a dynamic HR professional with strong expertise in talent management and strategic HR. She serves as Senior HR VP and Talent Acquisition Lead at Sakal Media Group, where she heads the Center of Excellence for Talent Acquisition and drives digital transformation in recruitment. With prior experience at S2W Media and Talent Anywhere, she has led impactful initiatives in employee engagement, onboarding, and stakeholder management, shaping effective and scalable people practices. Please extend her a gracious welcome. May I now request our Dean, Dr. Poonam Nikam, to kindly felicitate Ms. Hanan Goswami. Ma'am, please join us on the dais. Our next panelist is Ms. Ansi Nimsha Srinivasan, Head of People and Culture, APAC at Zyway. With over 19 years of experience across IT and diverse industries, she has led strategic HR initiatives in talent management, leadership development, and organizational transformation across global geographies. Having held senior leadership roles at EDB, Intraedge, Contenser, Affinity X, and IBM, she is recognized for building high performing teams, shaping people first cultures, and driving business growth through impactful HR strategy and execution. Please join me in welcoming her. I now request our Dean Dr. Poonam Nikam to kindly felicitate Ms. Ansi Srinivasan. Ms. Suchita Sharma is a distinguished HR leader with over 20 years of expertise in talent management, leadership development coaching, and HR strategy. As head of global talent management at Behr Hela Thermo Control, she advances organizational capability and leadership pipelines worldwide. Previously, during 12 impactful years at Eaton, she has spearheaded global programs in leadership development, early talent inclusion and diversity, HR analytics, and organizational development. Her career also includes senior HR leadership roles at Mahindra and Mahindra and Sensodyne. Please join me in welcoming her. I now request Dr. Rati Shukla to kindly felicitate Ms. Suchita Sharma. To guide us through today's engaging panel discussion on campus to corporate best practices in internship to placement pipelines, we are privileged to have us with our moderator, Mr. Abhijit Puri. Mr. Puri is a distinguished global HR and talent acquisition leader, people champion, and president of the HR Infotech Association. With over 2 decades of experience, he has been instrumental in shaping HR strategy, leadership development, and talent transformation in the IT/ITES industry. As Senior Director and Head HR at LTI Mindtree, he heads strategic people initiatives while advancing thought leadership through HRIA. His leadership journey includes key roles at Inoplex, Sama Technologies, and QLogic Technologies, where he built high-performing teams and robust people practices. Please join me in welcoming him. May I now request Dr. Rati Shukla to kindly felicitate Mr. Abhijit Puri. Mr. Puri, we are delighted to have you moderate today's discussion, and I warmly request you to take the stage and lead us into an engaging discussion. Over to you, sir.
Hello? 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 I thought it's afternoon, everyone had lunch and all. This morning session was good. So it has been told that people will be like after Saturday afternoons, kind of a little bit okay. It's a corporate culture, Saturdays are like all relaxed. So I just wanted to test that whether it's the same thing or it's a different in the college. Very good afternoon to all of you guys. How are you all? Thank you. Okay, so we have some really good panelists over here, but I believe in today's session, we are going to learn a lot from you guys rather than you guys learning from us. Now, the topic is campus to corporate. So, campus to corporate is not just a particular word or such, it's a journey, right? It's all of us that we have gone through our college times in our corporate world that we have been. You guys are lucky enough that colleges are giving you privileges that leaders are coming here and talking to you. We never had that chance. I believe we had to run behind the newspapers ads. I don't want to sound very old saying this newspapers ads and so on, but in the current digital era, there are still a lot of things that we have to focus on our jobs, right? But over here, it's a great opportunity, and I thank the college for inviting us and being a part of this session. And I will also learn a lot from all our senior members over here to it. So I had some questions that I have written down already on a particular topic. So this is not that I'm using Chat GPT or something. It is really curated through my own thoughts or experiences. But yes, sometimes some things, what is the latest trends going on, we have to be aware of it. One best part, what I got to know over here is your ma'am said that you guys are not allowed mobile phones. Yes, I'm not hearing it. Sound is very low. Yes, wonderful. So you like it? Yes, sir. You like it? Yes, sir. Good, good. Thank you very much. So this is the first college, and sir, I'm really happy to see this part. Right, the first college which I've seen that students are so energetic and they are so inclined towards it. Otherwise, today's world, everyone is just glued to their mobiles and social life as a digital life rather than in person. And this will help us to at least pay attention towards what we are talking. They will also pay attention towards it, and we'll be able to communicate more things better to you guys. Okay. So the session would be, I'll be asking a couple of questions with all of them. They will share their thoughts, and in the same time, in between, in case if you have any questions, we'll go with one round of questions with the panelists. Then I'll take some from you guys again. Then we'll round about a couple of more minutes of more questions, and then we'll go through it. Is it okay? Yes, sir. Wonderful. Thank you. So we'll start with this session with Sucheta. As ladies first, we'll go with that, and always. So Sucheta, you have been into the industry. You're working in different sectors. You have worked around, and now what I was heard at the backstage was mostly that you are working into the two companies mergers is going on, right? So that's a different experience altogether. I have been for three mergers, as I said. So change management is very different, right? So this campus to corporate is also a change management thought process altogether when students look into it. So my first question is, what is the single most important skill a student can develop to prepare for an internship?
Thank you, Vijay, for the question, and thank you for having me here today. It's a pleasure and an honor to learn from all my panelists and all of you today. To answer the question of Vijay that you have posed, I want to start with one quote which says, "You teach me, I will forget." Isn't it? And you will always remember things when you are actually practically working around, like as Franklin Benjamin mentioned. And I believe one of the most important critical element during the internship is learning agility. This skill is important, and I'm sure you would be learning this from everywhere around because In internship, it's not necessary that you have to prove that you know the concepts well. It's about how agile you are to pick up things the corporate is trying to bring you through. And this ability to learn and unlearn and grasp it with you would be something that you will take along far way. That's what I would say the skill which will make more sense in today's environment that we are in. Learning, learning, and learning is the only way, and we being agile in terms of adapting things. So I'll hold on for further things.
Thank you. You rightly mentioned, Stripa, agility is the key for here, where we have to be very flexible and whatever we are going to do, right? We are also learning, so every day is a new day for us. Okay, next question. I will go with Ansi. Guys, in case if anyone wants to speak or want to add up to your panelists, you're welcome to add that part. Okay. So, Ansi, what are the biggest cultural shocks, right, for a student transitioning from campus to a corporate environment today? You have been through a lot of forums, you are interacting with so many students. So, what is it that you want to share it with our students over here?
First and foremost, a very good afternoon to all of you, and it's an honor to be back in a month's time. I was here previously, and I can see a lot of familiar faces around, so that itself is a good thing. I can see so many smiles because we spent around an hour in the last session. And let me give the credit and honor to the college first that when I was telling people that I was coming to IIEBM, few of the fraternity from education who've known education for a long time told that it's a brilliant college to go to. The students are very disciplined and they're so good. So I really like the kind of. So this was a dean and director from one of the very renowned colleges in Pune. The second one was today when I was walking in, a friend of mine was going back, Pallavi Sarkar, after attending the event, and she said, when we walked in, the way everybody said Jai Hind and the tone at which they told, that itself blew me up. That's how good the students are. So kudos to everything that you are doing in terms of helping yourself to build in. And now to point out to what Abhijit was asking, what is the cultural shock? Let me be very honest in terms of telling you all will have a less of cultural shock because the journey in which you already are there is something that is preparing yourself to take your further steps ahead, and that's going to make it easy for you. So stay put with everything that the college is doing. When you look at corporate, one of the major aspects is a lot of interactive connections. Initially, you are getting in. One thing that you definitely have to be mindful of is the way you manage your time. Okay, here the college would definitely stick around to some of the time management concepts wherein you have to submit your assignments on time, you work on time, exams on time. But there is someone who is always checking in with you. When you come back to a corporate, it's your self adaptability to that, it's your self ownership and accountability. So start feeling it from now on when your college is giving you assignments to your any academic professors. Don't make them follow up. You submit it yourself. Anything and everything that you do here, maybe you will just verbally pass it on. The second aspect is on the communication. It gets more and more on written from a very verbal form, and that too to a very formal tone. So all the interactions that you're getting now with industry, professionals to do, try and connect with them on LinkedIn. Try and see how the communication goes. Oh, it's not that a panel discussion was there. A lot of people in one go. Like you can't actually get hold of these many professionals very quickly. So try and leverage on what the college is doing, build on it, connect with everybody on LinkedIn. Whoever is having some time will connect back with you and then will give you. The third major criteria is that in a college, the system is always wherein a lot of feedback will come from the professors to you. Like they will come and personally connect with you and say, or your evaluation marks or your assessments will show where you are. Wherein when you get into a corporate, it's more of now, even from a performance management feedback mechanism, it's more moving to a feed forward mechanism. So whenever you are delivering some job, be very there in terms of finding out like how good you are collecting, like whether this is correct. Don't wait that you submit everything and then they will come back to me, check with me whether I did correct, or they will come back and tell me this was the right work, wrong work. Try and check in the early stages itself. I am doing things in this direction. Is it okay to produce? Provide the output like this, and this is the result that is coming in. So that will reduce a lot of your complexity of things in terms of adaptability. So keep these three main criteria and be very adaptable and open. That is something that I would definitely tell you. Nobody is going to come and shake you up. It's your story, it's your life. So you will have to pull it up yourself and then feel it that I'm doing it for myself. And I have to take that first step of going and ensuring that whatever I am and I'm in this space. One of the other aspects is definitely colleges still more go with certain kind of hierarchy levels in checking in, when you go to meet a professor, a teacher, and dean, it goes on with a hierarchy. When you get into a corporate, there are very very few organizations that believe in hierarchy now. So don't be afraid, even if you have to go to walk up to a director, a CEO, and connect. It's a very open communication system. So leverage that, have the courage. That will definitely take you a long way. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. And with one question, you answered a lot of pointers. So good. The other two questions, I think so I should keep it, shuffle it, and then ask you again later. Something else. Yeah. But yeah, very, very wonderful points, guys. And whatever a man has been told, it's all to all of us, our experiences. Yeah. So the next point is to Hannah. Hanan, sorry. And how important is it for you are from, again, you are from the media industry. So it's important for me to understand also what exactly the media industry is all about when it showcases something and when it is internal, the HR aspects of it as well. So how important is it for an intern to network within the company, not just with their direct manager, but others also?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me here. It feels like coming back home. I was few years back. I was that side of the podium. Now I'm this side. So thank you. Well, you're asking me to spill the beans on how the media industry works. Yes, it is glamorous. It is 24/7. You get a lot of opportunities. I'm going to answer your question. Networking is very, very important. Let me tell you, you will have your own manager, your own supervisor, who will tell you your positive points. He will also mention area of improvement. But it is up to you how you connect with others. Ensure you speak to everyone. Like ma'am just mentioned that we have a hierarchy at a corporate level, but do not get scared of connecting with everyone because even at Sagar we have an open door policy, or at any corporate offices we have an open door policy. The more you connect, the more information or what you can do is what you present, is where you step in one step closer to becoming from an intern to a full time. And yes, you can connect with politicians and actors as well. So yeah, thank you.
Have you guys remember? I don't know if you guys have seen Airtel ad. Anyone remembers Airtel का एक ad है? हर एक दोस्त जरूरी होता है. That's the value of network, And I believe, I personally believe, maybe I've not earned too much of money, but what I want is network is your net worth. In today's era, that's what it is. So it will be valuable for you in every aspect of life, not only job or your professional other things, but anything else. Thank you, Hannah. So next question is to Joyce. So Joyce, what you have been a seasoned leader into the industry, right? And you have seen different verticals you have been working on, different companies, different verticals. So every industry has a different setup, and the way it operates, it has a different way to look at things to solve the problems. So with that kind of experience, what role does a mentor play in an intern's journey towards a fulfillment, full-time placement?
Well, thank you, Abhijit, for. First of all, I would like to say hello to everybody, especially hello to the last ones, right? The last rows, actually. This side, some boys are there, they are lucky because they are on the, after the girls, they are sitting in our time. If you are sit among the girls, it was like a humiliation. Okay. So special hello to all the backbenchers because I was also like you, right? You will come here. Okay. That's what I can tell you. Also, hello to people who are sleeping and who are dozing. Okay. After the lunch break. Okay. This session is for all of you. So I come back to Abhijit's question. Actually, this question is my colleagues, they have answered for what you should do. This question is to me, what we should do for you, right? As a leader or as a mentor, what should we do when we prepare for you? So our job is when you go to any industry or when you work with leaders, you have to see that they are really guiding you. So as a mentor, it's our job to guide you, because when you reach there, I've seen on the first day most of the college graduates, when they join, they are nervous actually, and they don't know exactly what is where. It starts from where is the coffee machine, where is the gossip place, where is who, how is this grapevine working. This internship plays a very important role, and this mentor can tell you and guide you that how this organization works or how a corporate works, right? I can tell you, you don't may not have to wear these jackets when you go to corporate. We don't wear every day, right? So we are very, very fortunate that we don't have to wear this. Some of you will join industry which is into manufacturing. Somebody will go into IT. Somebody will go into some other areas like media and other. Every industry has its own peculiarity of working, right? But surely, as a mentor, it's our job to guide you people and bring you and give you that knowledge and tell you exactly how this organization works, who should you go, and how you can do networking. And when you do networking, because what happens is this plays a role for you and opens a window for you for the further placements. So how you behave, people observe actually. So this mentor plays a very important role. And at least in my company, when we take people, we tell the mentors that please guide these people, because they don't know many things. So it's our job to guide them. And it's also important for the mentor to coach and make sure that you understand that how this organization are, what to do, how to do, or where they are going wrong. And continuous feedback should be given to the students. That's what is expected from a mentor. So that's what I would suggest as a mentor. I think this question is to all of us. Our moderator is very clever, so he has put this question specifically to ask that what we have to do, right? It's not we are telling what you have to do, what we have to do, and this is what we are doing. And I think industry, that's why we are all here. So because we are wanting to make you people aware how in an organization things work. So it's our job as a mentor to coach you, guide you, share knowledge, tell that how grapevine work in this company, so that this opens a window for you for the final placements. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you very much. And as a mentor, yes, we all need mentors in our life. It's not only about some job or anything. At some point of stage, we look up to some advisors, someone who is guiding us. Those are the mentors for us. Another one, I'm a very Bollywood fan. Okay, so just one more. Okay. How many of you guys have watched Judai movie? Maybe like not all of it. Oh, Sunni, very good. I thought about it, but good. In that, there is a character. Oh, let's. Devi. Character नहीं है वो is an actress. Come on, Devi. Okay, character नहीं है. There is a character. Someone said something. Paresh Rawal, one of the finest actors of our Bollywood industry. Okay, Paresh Rawal. You know what? There was a question mark on his head, right? So we all, as interns, we have to be that. Maybe it sounds different, but we have to be that. Unless and until you don't ask yourself questions, you will not get answers. Ask questions, and if someone is telling you, it can be a mentor, it can be a guide, anyone giving you some topic, some things, right? Don't stop there. Ask the next question. And then, if that person is answering you or giving you guidance is related to it, that is where you will get the actual answer that yes, someone is rightly mentoring you. Right? So it's important for all of us to be that question mark at some point of time. Okay? Yep. Good. So next one is to Jijo, one of our TA experts in the industry. So Jijo, you have been there in the industry for almost 2 decades, and you also spoke to me about music and all. You guys, how many guys are just into some other field apart from studies? Anyone in the music? One, couple of. That's good. That's good. So Jijo is also a drummist, and he is his passion. and he also has a band. Maybe in the future, if you have to recruit some of you guys, you can get join on that part also. Yeah. So Rijo, coming back to the industry, this thing, what's the best way for a student to address a skill gap during an internship?
Thanks, Abhijit. Before I get into the answer, I want to say one is appreciate and congratulate the entire management of this college, because one word which really made a difference today when I entered the college was the word Jai Hind. I come from a background, my family, where my dad and my Bade Papa, which is my dad's elder brother, both come from the defense background. And for me, this word has a very different meaning altogether. And I'm so happy and glad that the moment I entered, I could hear that word, and I resemble to the feelings that word has. It. So, really, really, congratulations for having this a very unique thought process, and I think this is amazing. Coming back to the question that Abhijit had, I want to take it a very different way, because I want to say where I started my career. And I think today I'm sitting over here with some of the esteemed leaders. I think one of the most important role played by my professors. And especially if I can really take Professor Devin Dhanak's name, I'm sure Aman sir remembers him, and we all remember him. And I personally remember him because he was one of the most important person of my life for changing my life the way I am today. So one thing, when I was in the college, he used to tell us, all of us, again, you guys are lucky that we at least are here to tell you about our stories, help you, guide you. But during those days, we didn't had anybody, and the professor used to tell us, if anybody gives you a job of filing a paper, go and touch his feet and say thank you to him. And we were thinking, kya baat kar rahe hai? Are we supposed to do an MBA for doing this kind of thing? But we didn't realize that at that point of time. But when we get into the corporate, our thought process really changed. And I think the three things that I want you to start with looking at is, and I think Avijit already covered one point. First thing is listening. Listen to what your mentors, what your leads, what your managers are trying to tell you during your coaching or your training period. Okay. Number two, learning. Keep your learning aspiration very high. The more you learn, the better the person you will turn out to be as you grow in your career. And the third most important, what Abhijit already covered, is the curiosity part of it. Curiosity of why, what, where, asking that relevant question not only to yourself, but also to the person who is mentoring, just to be clear about what is happening. Now, coming back to very specific how we look at this particular aspect of the skill gap, I think it's exactly the same story. We ask ourselves, when we as HR leaders or managers, is that person able to perform, learn what is expected in that particular role? And that's how we keep looking at the gap. A lot of time it happens, we have aspirations, but the work that we do probably is not aligned to it. Talk to your leaders, talk to your mentors, tell them saying that, hey, I want to look at something in a different aspect. Sometimes these conversations also help, because you keep yourself open to learn new things. So these are the basic things, I think, from our side of view as well as yours. That's something which you need to really take care during the span of time. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jijo. So wonderfully, one questions have been covered up, and a lot of other topics are there. I would like to do a small exercise with the students. I see a lot of you guys are very energetic, and probably are saving the energy for the evening time. So I want to do one thing. Okay, this side of the class, this side of the room. Let's have one small exercise. Okay, one person, the first one, you need to stand up, sit down immediately. Next person, stand up, sit down, like that. This side also does the same thing. Which one does the fastest? I want to see that. You start that? Should I put the timer? Okay, come on. Start up. One. Let's start. Boys are very slow. Girls are already started. Come on, fast. Quick, quick. Quick, quick. Come on. Guys, they are skipping. Get this. Oh, we are still here. Come on, quick. Still not completed. That's good. Wonderful. Give a round of applause for each one of you guys. Good. Thank you. So what does this teach us? Everyone were patiently listening, following the rules, regulations, one by one, one by one. The girls are very honest and do this. What are the guys doing? I asked you one person at a time, the whole row is doing that. And over there, the full 5 rows at one time. That's good. But see, it's important, right? I asked that one person fast, quickly, who completes it first. That was the point, listening to it. Whoever in any game, right? What matters is winning. Right? युद्ध का एक ही नियम होता है वो है विजय. Again, that's a movie dialogue. So good. We'll come back. Anyone want to have one question from this side, and then from this side, and then we'll take the other questions. Anyone have some questions? No? Okay. I cannot see, so sorry.
Jain sir, my name is Sairaj and I have a question that how can an intern effectively ask for the guidance in his critical midway so that he can came onto the track and also able to convert the chance into PPO?
Anyone wants to take this? Is it a question to someone specific you want to point out?
No sir, anyone can answer.
You can have a chance, sir. You should ask.
I think let me take this up. I think this is more relevant to my question that was there. So I think first and foremost thing, I think you rightly called out. You started the journey, and in between you want to pursue an opportunity to explore it better, or you want to say that how do we make it better? I think there are multiple ways to look at it. Okay, number one, you end up doing a typical job, which is what everybody expects. But what matters you doing differently is how are you looking at learning different things within the organization, within the function that you're getting into, which I rightly said, you're keeping your learning skills very high. Second, in terms of consistency, I think this is the most important thing. Every leader will look at it. Today you did an amazing job, but tomorrow again you got down to a place where people are not expecting you to be there. So second is consistency. And third is challenging yourself. So if these things are continuously being mentored for yourself, talk to your leaders, your mentors, saying that, hey, I have learned this. Can I have an opportunity to take this up as a part of my opportunity? Having those mutual discussions and setting across a career path is the most important thing. Now, again, as I said, certain times the organization doesn't end up with a 100% placement. But what matters over here is, at the end, even that organization may not have an opportunity right now, but you become one of those, the most preferred candidate as and when there is an opportunity for you. Okay, and maybe not that company, some other company also will look at you as an opportunity. So don't focus on end, focus on the learning and how you make a better person for yourself. That's what I would leave it as a message. Yeah.
Maybe I can add on. You already know your problem statement. You're eyeing a PPO placement, correct? You're midway. You already have known the culture of org to an extent. You've known what kind of work you've been assigned on. So to just add upon what Jijo said, that don't stick to your roles and responsibility of internship. Do a self-assessment of both your skills, what can match the organization as well as the organization's need. Okay, so typically in our corporate language, we would say that use something like a STAR approach, which is situation, task, action, and result as a STAR approach. So understand the situation well. Apart from the internship that you've taken up, find out where is that opportunity wherein you can contribute to the organization and you can showcase by end that you are productive enough. Take up that task and assignment, even if it is going beyond your internship, seek permissions and then show that willingness therein you as an intern also could deliver a value. That is something, as I said, accountability and ownership that you showed and you delivered when you were an intern itself, and create a visual representations of whatever you've achieved and showcase that this was a problem statement and I resolved it for you. And can I get an opportunity? Be open and ask for it. There may be chances that you will land up in one.
Okay. To this side, yes, ma'am. I'll come back.
Jain panelists, my name is Ayushi Kulbhushan, and my question is to Ansi ma'am and Suchita ma'am. Ma'am, my question was that we talked about skills, right? So when we are saying that skills are important, what obvious gaps do you see in preparedness of a uh, high performing student and a job ready student in terms of skill set?
It's specific to me, so I'll add in and then maybe Sucheta can add on. Did you ever realize about how skills are formed? When I say skill, what would you say, as an example, one of my skill is this? If you could tell me that, what will be one of your skills?
Communication skills, maybe.
Okay, yes. So education as a platform, with learning, you learn communication, right? Skill is like, base is learning, then you go to skill, then you develop it to competency, then you develop it to capability. So it's a journey that you climb in. When you say that you got the skills and you're getting job ready, it's obviously understanding from the learning to skill that you converted. So initially, when Microsoft came, we all were acquiring ourselves in skills of creating MS Word, MS Excel, MS PPT, wherein it is automated now with a capability in itself with AI. Gamma you use, you say, this is my topic and create a presentation for me. But where the difference is, the human in the loop. Your creativity, your resilience, your problem solving is something that you've got that no one can work upon. That is something that you will deliver. So getting you to job ready, you have to definitely understand what is the job, what is the skill that is required in the job. Am I there? What all learning that I've taken to a skill level is going to make me job ready and work upon the gap. It's more of self-assessment. There are a lot of tools that's available now to test yourself and then make you there. Plum has got some open tools. There are a lot of those psychometric tests. There is a lot of those aspects that you can take, which is online, very open. I would strongly recommend use some tools also to identify, because that will make it more practical in nature than it being in theory.
Thanks, Francis, and thanks for the question. I would like to tell you one piece which I have learned through an analogy, and that is there was this kid who went to an hotel industry, thinking that I have learned everything, I have had great marks and everything. The master chef said, "Today we have a recipe to prepare, and you, the new one, you have to do this and prepare it for us." And he was taken aback. Why? Because he said, "I don't know your recipe at all." He said, "Come on, I'll teach you, let's learn." So the chef actually taught him how to prepare this recipe. And now it was the time for this new one to get started and prepare, because this was the ultimate chance for this individual. So what he did was he learned the exact art of the measure, what goes into this recipe, what are the ingredients, what's the quality. And the first thing the master said, "You have to prepare it well, because this has to be served today, tonight, in the dinner." Oh God, now this man is totally scared. What's going to happen? But the best thing, what he did at the end, as he learned these things, what was taught to him by the master chef, he exactly pointed out and made sure that he makes it. Of course, at the end, master chef was quite happy. The only thing he told this child was, "Look, kid, I was not looking that you should make an exact recipe. What I was interested to know is, do you have the strength, capability to learn, quickly adapt?" Because in hotel industry, for example, recipe changes every week. So it's not about learning the art of creating recipe. It's the art of understanding what's needed. The world, my friends, is changing dramatically. Every day there is a change. The most important thing is, am I really aware what's happening? What am I good at? And can I make myself confident about those skills that I possess? The rest, according to me, will follow. your promotions or your getting into a particular role that you desire, everything follows. This is your starting point. Make it, hit it, learn it. And in my opinion, when I was also like you sitting there and had no guidance, the thing that used to be always my fear, should I go and ask a question? Or they're going to tell me, no, 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 she's silly. No, no one will treat you silly because the most important advantage that you have right now is that you're learning. You're still a student. I'm sure, and my panel would also agree for sure, that every senior leader likes to be asked questions. Take the opportunity. That's what I would say, my friend.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Shweta. So I wanted to go round robin again, but I want to mix it up now because already both you guys are spoken. So, okay, I'll start with Joyce. So, Joyce, what are the common mistakes students make during an internship that hurt their chances for a full-time offer?
Uh, well, I think some of our colleagues already were explaining about. Sucheta gave a very good example, but some of the things which I observe during this internship, when you are, I think your college also have this internship for 2 months or 3 months. That's what I understood. Uh, Please consider this as a real job. If you consider this as a real job, you will do good. If you want a certificate, then you will get a certificate. Okay. So your college academics may fulfill, uh, and these courses are designed not to pass. I can guarantee to you that these courses which you are studying now are not to pass or fail. Actually, I think nobody fails here. So even this wall, if sit for exam, it will also pass. That's how these courses are, right? Nobody fails. So it is important that we need to know that this is my real job, right? Second thing which I see is that most of the students, they are not very serious, right? They come and they don't understand that, okay, uh, some of them, they are very clever because they know how to speak to different people. So some people, they work with me, we assign some job and tell them, okay, just do it. Then they are figuring it out how to do this. So they have their own network inside the company, and then they find out that this is the way it can be done. So they are very serious about their job. Third thing is about what Sujeta was mentioning, is that please speak up, go to the people. Most of the senior folks who are present in industry, they really feel very happy to help you. They really feel very happy to help you, and you will not, of course, they have their own busy time, you can always ask them, but they are really very open to help the youngsters, because they, most of them, they have grown up kids, so they also know how it works in their home. So they are very open to, so those people who don't ask, which is there. The last thing which I will want to say is that please take self initiative, right? You self initiative, don't wait for something to come in your platter, it will never happen. Nobody will give you things on your platter. You have to take self initiative. Oh, is this how it works? Is this how can I speak to you and see that how the others are doing it? And if you take that self initiative, people observe you. Okay, I can tell you, in every company, now there is an informal group which always keeps on observing people, and they give comments. Ah, this guy, yeah, acha aadmi hai. I have seen that he's very serious about it. He's really working hard. It's not about sitting late, right? Don't misunderstand that sitting in the office late hours and then it will. No, it's not about how you are serious about the job. It's about consider this as a real job. And first is that you get satisfaction that this is a good job. And when you are back in your college, you will be very confident in answering all the questions which will be asked during your viva or whatever which happens in the institute. So please speak up. And I see that these are some of the pitfalls which students get into the trap. It's not about making money, okay? It's about learning, right? If you are talking of learning, then be there for learning. Your college provides you a platform, and they ask industry to take people, and most of the industries are very ready to take people. I think all of us, we are sitting here, everybody has interns working in their company, and we find a lot of spark in many of you people. We assign some complex task and we see that we are getting results out of it. So that's the message I would like to give to all of you, that consider this as a real job, take self-initiative, be serious about what you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. Yeah, I have one point to add over here is, see, opportunities knock your door once. Good luck. Knocks your door once. Okay. Bad luck knocks not just your door, it knocks your window, roof, your floor, your back door, everywhere. Right? So you have to be attentive. When it's gonna come in, you don't know. What might come, you never know. So always be presentable, always be attentive towards that particular aspect and what's happening around you. It's not only about what is there with you, around you also you have to be very much attentive towards it. Okay, cool. So I'll go back again with Anand. So Anand, how can a student's resume stand out to secure a top internship besides academic grades?
Well, thank you so much for that's a great question. Uh, I do this day in, day out. Okay, my team does this day in, day out. A simple technique is do not send your resume to every organization without reading their JD. Okay, tailor your resume. Always add what you have done. Your resume should tell your story. That's not a film story, but a crisp story. My team picks up the resumes and they give it to me saying that नहीं ma'am, नहीं match होता है. But there's something that we see in the resume and we pick up the resume, okay? Always ensure you mention your certifications. Always mention what projects you have done. Mention what strengths you have. But always read the JD very, very carefully. When I got interviewed for Sakar, I had not even heard about it. Trust me, I come back from an MNC non-speaking Marathi, and I don't know when I had sent my resume, and someone called me saying, "I'm calling from Sakar," and I'm like, "What? Why me? I don't even speak Marathi." The culture became very, very different from me. But then what I realized is my strengths lie here, not because it's a media industry I got influenced or something, but it is where my skills were more utilized than what I was doing in my earlier organization. So always ensure tailor make your resume, read the JD, write your strengths, do your certifications, and always ensure that you write your crisp details on the resume. So yeah.
Good. Thank you, Anand. So resume writing is also a skill, an art. In today's world, if you just put the JD in a chat GPT and all, it will create the resume as per the job description. Okay, that is one aspect. But earlier days, there was biasness on when we are hiring. There was gender biasness, there was location biasness, language biasness, then multiple other things were there. But in today's world, there is a digital biasness. Maximum resumes are same because we all are just copying it from ChatGPT and all other areas. So what Anand said is right, that what you have done, it's your story that has to be added and that will stand out. Plus, whether your skills are matching to that requirement or no, that is also important. Otherwise, you will just end up, because you have to do an internship, you will end up in taking up that role and you will do it not wholeheartedly, do it for some time and then you'll come out of it. Right? So make sure when you're preparing your profile, make it in such a manner that it is attractive and it is approachable. Okay, coming back to ANSI, how should students best showcase the achievements during an internship in a final presentation or an exit interview?
So as I said, when you're doing your internship, don't stick around with the lines of roles and responsibility that you've gotten. There is a presentation that will come in basically on your topic, but look back in terms of what exactly the organization have taught you. Stay authentic with it and try to identify the opportunity for yourself. It's very important that the major part is like in academics, how you will see if you are a really disciplined student and you do well, you're very consistent, there is someone who's observing you very constantly. And even if you are finding it a little difficult to come forward, you have little hesitation, or you have mainly basically if you would have stage fear, you're not coming ahead, but still you are very thorough and good. Your grades would show that up, and your professors would know how consistently you work through things to weigh you up. In corporate, there is no godmother or a godfather that's sitting idly to really get you a way up. It is you who will push your story. It is who you will work for yourself. So keep it in such a way that there is always a desire, need. I think the best thing that I would typically want to add in here is it's in your advantage, because all of you are the so-called Gen Zs or digital natives. So you come with a lot of those learning that you all are doing today is something that we all are equally learning along with you. AI have come through now. Generative AI is in now, and agentic AI is still evolving, right? So all of you have got this, better. You are in a better state wherein if you will put yourself in that front foot of becoming a little different than what others is, specifically about the new age technology, you are at par with anyone. Okay, so yesterday I was in a skill education conference at Shimla, and there was this talent acquisition head of Amdocs who was presenting on AI in the new generation of work and all of that. The presentation was prepared by one of his intern and beautifully done with some, visualized mode using AI, and it was incredible. So that is the power that you all can bring in. So you being digital natives, you definitely come with a lot of those, education aspects that is as good as how we are learning. You're parallelly learning, and the best thing with all of us sitting here being millennials is I think we all are never shy to come and check on. Did you do it? How differently you did it? So you will definitely find a lot of bosses with open mindset. They are willing to adapt. They are willing to check on. But if you can showcase something different that you have done, that would definitely attract the organization. And maybe at that point of time, they might not have the role. But anything that will come up, they will remember that you did something differently and you are one that can be hired and for. And they would definitely call him. So, don't make it like an exit interview. Make it sound that I am really open. I like the culture. I want to be in. Is there any possibility that I can continue to deliver? Even if it is unpaid for some time, it is okay. But keep your option open. Don't think they're not paying me and it is not something with stipend. So I don't want to, go there. You think all of us have had a lot of time to be here on, I've come the last month, I'm here today. It's not only, we want to be giving expert guidelines. It's also what you can learn from each other in their industry, what they're doing, what we can listen from you all. What is the question that the new age generation is having to HR, and how we should be prepared enough to, march that walk along with you. So, keep your mind open, explore everything, be explorers, and then you will make it there. Thank you.
Thank you, MC. So my next question would be to Jijo. Uh, it's been a long time you're not doing this. How do companies measure the success of their internship to placement pipeline today?
This is a great question, Abhijit, and I think typically we see a lot of negative messages coming in the news nowadays. Gen Zs are not working out. Some companies are not. I am totally against those messages. I have personally experienced, and then I can tell you a very beautiful thing that especially my previous organization where we typically don't hire freshers. We always used to go to the market to hire only lateral experience because they never had an experience and they were really worried about getting somebody from a bottom pyramid of the organization, train and scale and all that stuff. So one thing which really changed for us, and I think this was where some of our leaders or we as leaders play an important role in influencing our management to try something new. And we tried this with one of the college. 2022 was the first time when we had the first batch being hired, and we put across a very beautiful program to it was a 6 months of training program for the students to pursue this after the engineering. And I think the way that it was structured and the students who persuaded that course for 6 months, and today after 3 years when I was exiting, I had the entire batch coming and saying to me and saying that, sir, what we learned during that 6 months was the most critical thing. And when I went, the same time when I got the message, I went to the learning and development head as well as to the managers who were mentoring them for the last 2 years. And you know what? Some beautiful things that came out during the conversation. One, some of the students were very candid, open, and ready to take feedback. I think this is the most important thing. I know my drawbacks. My manager or my lead has told me this is where the gap is. I picked it up. The learning and development team, who were the mentors who were there from the professional technical side, they were there to help them in terms of the learning curve that they was required. And second most important thing is I did not stop at what was only to be learned. We kept on trying doing something new, and that was one thing that the managers kept on saying that the students have turned out to be amazing. And the last feedback that came to me was the students are slightly better than the people that we hired from the market. Now imagine this is the kind of feedback that we have. And I think this is the success that some of the organizations live with. And one example of ours of getting one batch, today we are getting some bigger and bigger batches every year. And I think this is a journey for all of us, whether we sit on that side or this side. The story says is how successful at each level you guys have been in that journey is what matters a lot. So this is how we typically look at from a corporate side of view. Cost, uh, all those things definitely come into the purview, but that is something we always cater or look at it when we are hiring the freshers coming from that. So this is the journey that I would like to share with everyone.
Thank you, Jijo. And it's really a good narrative of how the organizations look at it. So my next question is to Sucheta. From a company's perspective, what makes an intern a high potential candidate for a full-time role? As this is for all of you guys, let's hear it out.
Thank you for this question. And I think one of the biggest topics in the corporate world is who is the high potential? And this topic is so debatable. I can tell you there is no single definition to it, for sure. But to give you a perspective, to be this high potential, I want to start by saying first, most important thing is forget about what corporate is thinking about high potential. Do I know who am I? Am I able to understand what are my strengths? And can I build those strengths to the capability? There are lots of definitions in every corporate, and my colleagues here would definitely agree. There are different formulas to derive someone as a high potential. But when we start as internship, I am as an intern trying to say, I want to crack this job if I love it, right? To do that, the most important element for all internships, I would say, is to see how you are contributing to it. You might not have all the answers, but are you really, really making an attempt to make a difference? As we have been saying again and again, it's all about I have to stop my fears and ask questions. I need to put my ideas in place and share. And as you just mentioned about an intern preparing a presentation for the senior leader, that's where you start hooking on to this leadership saying, I want this talent. I want this talent in my team. According to all the research that I have read, each individual is a talent. It's only how we are able to connect ourselves and not get feared with, okay, I think I lost the opportunity or I am not able to get it. A pure definition of high potential is, it is called as potential is equal to learning agility plus career motivation. What is learning agility? It includes how agile I am to learn. How am I really making a difference? When I get into internship, I would say understand what's the culture of this company, how people react with each other, because you're learning. It's a great opportunity for you. So, how agile I am. As part of learning agility, the other aspect is whatever I get, as Abhijit, you just mentioned, I forgot who mentioned, even if that job, you mentioned about the job of even stapling a paper is the starting point. Just do it because you're learning the ground reality. And internship is that great opportunity. So pick it up. You might sometimes feel, oh my God, I'm just doing data entry. No, my friends, that data entry is something making you really ready for something larger purpose. one of my coaches had told me earlier, forget about, in organization, depending on, of course, parameters of my own skills, my own capability, and also little 1% of luck. Some people may take up CEO roles faster or your aspirational roles faster. Some may not take up that early. But the journey is important. Most important element would be to look at, am I getting ready for those aspirational roles that I'm interested in? If I want to be CEO, CXO, I need to start today. Was my learning from one of the coach, and I want to really share this idea with you. Start today. What it would look like to run a business, what it would look like if I have to run a startup. Keep that in mind. All these potentials are jargons in the company, and I don't want to talk about those jargons because every company will have their own way of assessing talent. Take it on to you. First, that's a leap, and forget about the rest of the things. Sometimes I have also learned from some people telling me, I was not bothered about whether there is a promotion behind my deliverables. What was important was, how did I do it? Am I passionate about making the choice and the purpose to make a difference? Have that purpose for you. The rest, high potentials, are you all. You have your skills and capabilities. Just build it up, my friends. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Sucheta. I see a lot of students are having really great potential here. I should have learned this meditation act. A lot of people are doing meditation over here. So ask the side person besides you. You will learn something, right, from each other. And I am seeing a lot of people, right? Have you seen your neighbors doing meditation right now? Yeah? The ones who are sitting beside you guys.
एक दूसरे को देख लो
हाँ हाँ.
कौन मेडिटेशन कर रहा है देखो आप लोग आजू बाजू में देख सकते हैं
Okay, wake them up, guys. Give a shake for the side person. Can you guys do it? उठाओ जरा लोगों को. Okay, yeah. So good. Now I have one last question for everyone. Okay, and this can be a rapid fire question kind of thing. Before that, anyone wants to have some questions from the audience? Yes, ma'am. Someone who has asked the questions earlier will not take same person. Someone else has to pick up.
Or from the mic to her.
Jai Hind, everyone. I am Monalika. My question to is everyone for everyone. My question is: if an intern performs well in a job and he receives a PPO and he receives another offer in elsewhere, what is the best way to reject the offer to maintain future relationship?
Wonderful question.
What dilemma है?
It's a wonderful question.
I love the confidence.
Yeah.
I get it there,
Yeah.
but I still make it to other companies also.
Yes, yes.
I love your confidence. Anyone want to take the question?
She was talking on behalf of if he gets the. She's never said she. You listen to her, right? Did you say right? So I was very attentive. She said if he gets. मतलब हम लोग तो नहीं छोड़ेंगे. हम लोग तो वहाँ पे हैं. It's a choice there you have to make, right? कोई hard and fast rule नहीं है. There is nothing. Nobody feels bad about it, right? It's your career. Sorry.
What if opponent gets offended? What is the behavior like? How you can do this?
This is not a match, dear. हम match नहीं खेल रहे हैं. You are a good potential. Yes, you will have market for you. Okay, I will take or he will take. You will have market if you have potential, right? We are not in a competition actually here.
Okay. You can definitely keep the communication very clear. That is something that will keep ways open. I've got a best example today who's walked in with me. I've never worked with her. She's my mentee from grade 12. I'll repeat, grade 12. She's sitting in the right front row. Her name is Karina Wani, and she works right now in UBS. She was in Credit Suisse earlier. I was her first mentee, and she's never worked with me, though we've had job opportunities and options for her. She was good enough, as a mentor, was good enough to understand what is good for her potential. Meanwhile, for an MBA, she was a gold medalist from Price College, and she made it that far. So if the other person, whoever you have mentored within an organization, definitely will look it up to you as in what potential you come with, what is the opportunity that I have in hand, and how far you can go. And at the end, it's also your passion. I would tell each and every one of you here, it's not to repeat in dialogue of 3 idiots, definitely, but follow through your passion at least when you take your specialization. I think something clicked in me and I've chosen it very wisely. And I'm telling you for the thousandth time this, I love my job. And that is what made me here, run around, go around to do everything that's possible to stick around onto it. And anybody who is mentoring you would definitely understand your potential, vis-a-vis what you're getting. And you can also go and explain that this is my passion. I think this comes as ability in me and I can do here much better rather than I take, though I respect all the fact that you've offered me a job. And this is wherein I can already foresee my growth here. So work out your charts well, explain it, put a very clear communication. The other party is going to be having double the joy that you're going ahead. Okay?
Yeah, I think here the only thing is that have that clear communication, what she has said. Because what happens is someone is waiting for you, and you are actually taking away a job for someone else. So you be very clear. You can tell that this is the reason. This job meets my career ambition, and I would like to pursue this, and I would like to be very clear. Do this, and yes, as she has said, people will really love you. They will like you to take you back. Nobody feel offended. Nobody feels offended about it.
Learning is a continuous process. You still keep the connect. I'm nowhere connected. My profession is HR. She's a financial analyst with UBS at the moment. She said, being mentor-mentee, we've not connected. I said, I'm also not getting time. She said, what are you doing today? I said, I'm going for a panel. Even I will learn. I will hop on and come. So thanks to you, Karina, for making it here. And you've been a wonderful mentee.
I would just like to add, there is no one called as opponent. Huh? You will never have it. And believe me, everyone will love you for what our panel just mentioned and be very clear. And in your heart, be clear that yes, I have taken the decision and don't feel bad inside you. That's also important.
It's your life. You matter for you. Very simple.
It's a clear mathematics. Very simple. इतने पैसे में इतना ही मिलेगा.
That is the answer for LTI Mindtree, okay? Not for us.
But not to an organization. It is very specific. Anything that you do, whatever you are doing, it's up to you. How much you are getting paid is secondary. What you are going to give it back towards it. No one is stopping you from giving more, right? That's what defines your passion, what you are going to contribute towards it. So no worries. So yeah, we had one question. Anyone from this side? What time is the session going to get over? Is that the question I heard?
It is boys versus girls. You can't lose. Ask a question.
And they asked.
They asked actually.
Last time we did. This time you all have to win.
No, they asked the question. I heard it. What time is the session going to
Okay,
get over?
over.
I could hear that. Anyway.
ये पीछे बैठे हो इतना प्रेस किया मैंने. You can ask the question.
No problem. They're just thinking. It's okay. So we'll have a rapid fire kind of a thing, very quick, not too much elaborative answers, but very, very fast, and you can just talk about it. Okay. Coming back to Sucheta, the question that she asked, that can I choose another thing? I have a flip of it a little bit. Should an intern be honest about their interest in full-time position from the beginning? And if so, how?
That's a good one. Of course, I do come across one or two incidences where I can answer, and my short answer is yes. Please be clear about what you want to do. This helps not only you but also organizations know what can be the future. And in my opinion and in my experience, I have seen when you are clear with the organization. Sometimes, some people will come and say in my engineering firms, hey, I am really good at engineering, but I want to do MBA. I'm not here for more than 2 years. They're very clear. And we tell them in return, it's absolutely fine. And thank you for being so transparent with the company. The company is not going to tell you that, okay, this is the one guy going, so let's put him aside. No, it will be your performance. It will not be judged in a wrong way. So please be transparent, share it, and make your career progression. Sometimes companies also help. The firms that I have worked with, there were opportunities created for someone who wants to take some extra education. So you get more assistance. Sometimes people stick on and they don't leave and they get opportunities. But it's always good to make it clear.
Thank you, Sujita. The next question is to Hanan. What is the most effective way for a company to keep warm an intern who isn't immediately offered a full-time role?
Well, I'll answer this question. I'll explain this in my way. Has anyone heard the word Satiko? Anyone? This is my first interaction with my boss when I was an intern, and he said, "Go find out the word Satiko." And in the meantime, he offered me a task. So when I did that, till the end of my internship, I didn't know the word. He just said, "Arjun ka Sarthi is called Satiko." That is Lord Krishna. So, this was my task which I failed. So, what he did for me is he said, since you were very sincere enough in searching and not finding the answer, what I'll do for you is I'll give you short projects, which will again not be paid, okay, but will be part of the organization. I agreed to it, I picked up the internship, and I sticked around with the organization. Looking at the efforts or what kept me warm during that time, because my boss was kind enough of giving me or offering me projects. That is when I completed 7 years in that organization as a full-time employee. So what keeps the intern warm is giving them short projects, giving them feedbacks on time, and ensuring that you get them on board looking at their capabilities. So yeah, that's what.
Thank you, Anand. So, Joyce, my question would be next to you is how important are a company's values and culture to be successful in turn to placement transition?
Well, again, this question is to us as organizations, how we have to deal with the Gen Z. What all of you are here. Uh, I think the organization's values has to be very clearly defined in terms of when we are taking the interns in our company. So when we talk about values, is my organization learning ready? That means they are learning and development. Do they believe in learning and development? So this is the first value which I think within the organization which can be there, which is very important. I think that's the question which Abhijit is asking. Second important thing is that whether we give freedom to come and experiment. As Ansi was mentioning, don't worry about asking questions or because you are still learning, you are students actually. So, do we give you the platform to do experiment and fail, and then give another experiment and see that how you get succeeded? Third thing is about whether we have enough mentors ready who can teach you and guide you in your session in the time when you are doing the internship. Because as someone was mentioning here, some task is given to you, don't know how to do it. Your interest is very high, your willingness is very high, but you don't know. So someone has to really guide you with the skill required to do this particular job. So these are some of the values which, as an organization, they need to have, and also they have to be interested in young students, because as Jijo was mentioning, some companies, even my company, sometimes most of the managers they want experienced people. So yes, one day you will become experienced. I tell them, how was your career when you started your job? So you didn't fall from the sky with experience. So give them chance of experience, right? So the freshers will bring. Uh, Last thing to the audience, you people, is very important to you to know. You guys are all Gen Zs. Most of your managers, people like us, we are from the previous generation, right? You need to know how to handle us. Okay, you handle your parents, right? I have a daughter grown up like all of you, right? She handles me quite well, right? She makes it a point and makes all the money what she wants from me very very nicely, right? She knows how to manage me. Okay, so so you need to also know when you go to the industry, how you will manage this manager, because he has its set of upbringing. He's working for last 10, 15, 20 years. He has his mindset, and probably he looks at you people as freshers. So please look at them and understand what this guy is wanting. Understand that and ask questions to him. Is this, reframe the question that, is this what sir you are asking? Then it gets more clarity, it gives to you actually. So this is my, so values in our organization, as I was explaining earlier, these are some of the values. We should give that value in the system so that you are able to grow in this organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. Nancy, question to you. In the modern corporate world, what soft skills are increasingly valued in fresh graduates?
I'll keep the basics to basics, and everybody should know what are your basics. So when I say communication, team collaboration, things like very, very essence of what you all are learning, team ability, collaboration, communication, all of that is standard. So those are basic benchmarks. Without that, nobody is anyway coming up. What corporate nowadays would look into is basically what is the kind of emotional intelligence with which you're coming in. Gen Zs are often known to be very, very less patient. So learn some kind of patience, at least at art, because you have to handle, as he said, you have to handle millennials. But at the same time, the one thing that is very, very been greatly praised about all the Gen Zs is the thought clarity with what you all come in with. Okay, you all know what you want to do because information is free for everyone now, and you all have got immense potential to find out through varied research, varied open forums, and all of that. What are the various methods that's available to you? Problem solving and creativity is very human, and it comes as unique proposition for everyone. So try and differentiate out things that is very, very different for you in your own way. That will make you stand out. So work on your problem solving ability, work on your creativity aspects, work on even things like how your clarity is shifting. Is it going from here to there, and how are you able to focus on varied things? The best thing that I think the college is already supporting that in a big way is keeping you all away from the mobile for some hours, wherein you are all in college, because that will help you all to think by yourself. Okay, you're not anything that is told in few colleges. It's open. People will just get into Google, all kind of AI versions, ChatGPT, and all of that. Wherein your creative ability is lost there. It's not that. These are just amplification methods or velocity, speed, acceleration. All of that comes with AI. But your own problem solving, your own creativity only comes from yourself. But to all the students, because I've been interacting now for 20 odd years with a lot of B schools across, what I will tell you is mainly three things. The first is keep your humility as it is. No matter what level you reach in, what potential you reach in, tomorrow you'll be 5 years, 4 years. But keep your humility as it is. Have the right attitude of learning, wherein you can upskill, learn, unlearn, reskill very quickly. The adaptability is the game mantra of the timeline. And always know your audacity first. I would always say that. You know your attitude, you know what you're good at, and you be firm on it that I'm good at it, I know it, and keep it there. That will definitely take you a long way. Thank you.
Thanks, Nancy. Jiju, the last question to you. How should students leverage their internship experience when applying for jobs elsewhere if a full-time offer isn't offered from that particular organization?
It's a great question, and I'm sure some of you might face this, and I hope that doesn't become a situation for some of you. But I think that's okay. It doesn't matter where you are not ended up at the right place, where probably there is something else waiting for you. So first start with that thought process. Do not get into a situation that, oh, I'm losing an opportunity. Doesn't matter. So first and foremost thing is, if you have gone through an internship, start penning it down all the skills. And I think my colleague Hannah already spoke about the resume part of it, right? Write down everything that you have done in that particular role or the internship that you have pursued. Start looking at it, articulating to what extent you know that work. I think sometimes that clarity lacks, and that's why some of the opportunities are lost, because you're not able to correctly tell what you have done in that particular profile. So start talking about it in yourself, saying, how did you do that job? And third, I think we all come in this generation where AI is and technology is way ahead of time. Utilize that for branding yourself. Sometimes small things like that. And when I say branding is, there are so many platforms that are helping you nowadays, whether it is LinkedIn, whether it is, any of those the glass doors, a lot of other areas where you have some of the other ways to bring yourself up to a place where, people can look at you. So think about all those mediums, and I'm telling you, this is not going to stop you from getting into a job. Okay, I give a small example, and I still remember way back when I started my journey. Some of you might have heard about a company called Satyam, right? Right? Okay, it has a different story now, but again, during those time, I think people were really wanting to join that company, and I was one of them who was really aspiring to join that company, and unfortunately, I got rejected. I thought the world came to an end, and I also had the situation. But you know what? That was a great learning for me. From that day, I have taken that as a challenge until I have completed almost 20 plus years in my career. And I take it very proudly that, that one failure that day has taught me that I have never got failed in any other interviews. And that's the learning that I keep carrying for myself. So that preparedness. And I think that's the same message I will leave it to you. It's okay. Start taking a back seat. Look at all your skills. Start penning it down. Become more creative. Understand how you want to articulate. It's about selling yourself. Get into the right opportunity and do not leave that opportunity. So that's the way I will leave it across. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, what a wonderful session, what I can say altogether. What I have learned from this. Everyone's thoughts are different, everyone's experiences are different, and all. I hope you all also enjoyed. I can hear from this side, and everyone is awake. Which this side? Thank you. Okay, so just to summarize everything, right? I will try to get it into a way where you can take away some points towards it and all. We all are here. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, in person, meet. If you have any questions, connect with your faculty members. We will come back again. And if you want to have more connect towards it, that also we are all available for that. So what I could understand from everyone's perspective is first is agility, what ma'am said, and ma'am also answered said that thing. It's more important how we look at it ourselves, right? And so said about the culture of organizations, what that particular culture is, and from the media side, she also clearly mentioned how well we have to be prepared, connected towards it as a networking part of it. And my friend, he lastly mentioned about what is it that how we are looking at a particular job. Failure is the first step of success. It's never that we succeed in the first go and then we don't even attempt for the second time. So important is do not stop. And just one thing that I would like to close it with a Bollywood dialogue again. So it's just that have you guys seen Ye Jawani Ye Diwani movie? What's the best dialogue in that? Okay, anyways. So उसमें एक dialogue है, there's a one dialogue, right? In that the hero says that मैं चलना चाहता हूँ, दौड़ना चाहता हूँ, उड़ना चाहता हूँ, गिरना चाहता हूँ, बस रुकना नहीं चाहता, right? So I believe you guys are already into that phase. Just don't stop, right? Go ahead with whatever is coming across in front of you. Make the better choices, make better decisions. It's okay. You fail, it's fine, but keep on moving. Okay. With this, I'd like to thank all my panelists for such a wonderful knowledge sharing session with all of us. I would like to thank all the audience, the students, and the college for us to inviting over here. It's our privilege to be a part of this forum right now to discuss with you all. And we thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you also guys enjoyed. Can we have a round of applause for everyone? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we close this panel discussion on campus to corporate best practices in internship to placement pipelines, let us recognize a vital truth. Internships are no longer stepping stones, but crucibles where knowledge is tested and potential is forced into readiness. Placements, in turn, are not conclusions but beginnings, the starting point of purposeful careers shaped by skill, vision, and resilience. Today's conversation has shown us that when academia and industry walk hand in hand, they do more than create opportunities, they craft futures. On behalf of IIEBN and NHRD, I extend our profound gratitude to all our panelists, moderators, guests, faculty members, and the students whose presence and contribution made this gathering truly remarkable. Thank you once again, and we eagerly anticipate your next visit to our campus very soon.
Are you all interning or experts?
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.